What's a time the employees were way smarter than the system? I worked at a call center for a major insurance company that was obsessed with monitoring everything we did. They tracked our call times, break times, bathroom breaks, even how long we spent between calls. The company was hemorrhaging money because average call times were way too long. Customers would call with simple questions that should take 2 minutes, but calls were averaging 12 minutes each. Management hired an expensive consulting firm to analyze our workflow. After 3 months and probably 6 figures in consulting fees, they installed this elaborate new system. Every time we finished a call, we had to categorize it from a drop-down menu with 47 different options. Simple billing question, complex billing question, policy change request, claim inquiry, complaint about previous call, transfer to supervisor, transfer to billing, and on and on. Then we had to rate the customer's satisfaction level on a scale of 1 to 10 based on our perception of how the call went. Then we had to enter detailed notes about what we discussed and what follow-up actions were needed. Only after completing this entire process could we take the next call. The system was supposed to help management identify patterns and improve efficiency. What actually happened was that our average call times went from 12 minutes to 18 minutes because we were spending 6 extra minutes per call doing data entry that nobody would ever look at. The consultants came back and said we needed more training. They held mandatory workshops every Friday for a month, teaching us the proper methodology for categorizing calls and rating customer interactions. Meanwhile, customers were getting angrier because hold times were longer, and we were getting written up if our call times were too high, but also getting written up if we didn't complete the categorization process properly. That's when my coworker Janet, who'd been there for 8 years, came up with a solution. She figured out that the system had a glitch. If you selected transferred to another department as your call category, you could skip the satisfaction rating and notes sections. The call would automatically close, and you could immediately take the next call. But here's the genius part. The system didn't actually verify that you had transferred the call anywhere. It just trusted that you had. Janet quietly spread the word to a few of us. We started marking every single call as transferred to another department, even though we'd completely handled the customer's issue ourselves. Our call times dropped from 18 minutes back down to about 4 minutes each. Customers were happier because they got their problems solved quickly and didn't have to wait as long on hold. Management was thrilled because our metrics looked amazing. They thought the new system was finally working and started bragging to corporate about the incredible improvement in efficiency. This went on for about 6 months. Our team had the best performance numbers in the entire company. Management kept congratulating themselves on hiring such brilliant consultants and implementing such an effective system. Janet even got nominated for Employee of the Month 3 times because her individual numbers were so outstanding. Then one day, a new manager decided to audit our transfer rates because she thought it was weird that our department was transferring so many calls when customer complaints about being bounced around were actually at an all-time low. She pulled up the system and realized that according to our records, we were transferring about 90% of our calls to another department, but there was no record of any other department receiving these transfers. The manager called Janet into a meeting and asked her to explain the discrepancy. Janet, who was about ready to retire anyway, just shrugged and said, "We were solving the customer's problems ourselves instead of making them talk to 5 different people. Isn't that what you wanted?" The manager tried to write Janet up for misuse of company systems, but when she explained the situation to the district manager, he actually started laughing. He said the consulting firm had charged them $48,000 to create a system that made everything worse, and his employees had figured out how to fix it for free. Instead of disciplining anyone, he had the IT department create a new call completed successfully option that worked exactly like our fake transfer hack. No extra steps, no unnecessary data entry, just close the call and move on. Our team got a pizza party and Janet got a bonus. The consulting firm never got hired again. The funniest part is that the fancy new categorization system is still technically active in the background, but everyone just uses the call completed successfully button that basically does nothing except close the call. Sometimes the